welcome back to your podcast.
Guys, I stuttered over my word. Welcome back to your podcast. I'm a fiance.
Fiancé.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what got into me.
To be honest, like we didn't know how to start the episode.
We didn't know how to start the episode.
I'm like, what do we do? Like, do you stand? And my bright idea was like, stand in front of the camera with your ring in front of the. Like, I'm just like, I feel like.
Did everybody see the ring in front of the camera?
Kaylee.
What?
Y'all, let me just, don't expect a segment and don't expect us to answer your Brice Advice today because
We ain't talking to y'all.
We ain't talking about
No, right.
Other than this engagement story, the backstory, the details, the lore, the drama, the whispers, and the secrets.
This is the Fiancé Tells All
Title.
Hi, Kaylee. Hi, baby. I love you. I love you more.
Do you still acknowledge that I'm your other half?
Beth Anne.
Okay.
You're not just my other half.
Okay.
You are me.
100%.
And I'm you.
Do you like that thing I said about you being my reflection? This was in my Instagram post. If you didn't see it, go see it.
Yes.
You are my reflection, but like with your own light. How about that?
It was so bright.
It was very hard not to make this whole thing about me too, by the way, which like I know Claudia felt the same way. Y'all, we're going to get into it. And you know, if you listen to The Toast, if you're a toaster, the podcast, for anyone that just has absolutely no idea, it's a podcast called The Toast. Claudia Oshry, her sister, Jackie Oshry, of course, they're married now and have different
Our
last names.
Jewish sisters.
They are queens, so hilarious. And before I had found them, people would always comment all the time, like, oh my gosh, y'all remind me of The Toast. Y'all remind me of The Toast. I'm like, The Toast? I'm actually thinking a piece of sourdough. Like, I'm like, The Toast.
I don't know. I never knew what they were talking about. I don't know how we were so late to the train. I think I started listening to them like beginning of last year.
Yeah.
It's been almost 2 years of me being a swirly. And people would say, like, you remind me so much. But we didn't listen to podcasts at the time. That's why.
We didn't listen to anything.
And here we are.
We've never been big on listening to music or big on listening to podcasts. Like, we fill the air with our voices.
We fill the air with our
own.
And thank goodness now we are in the space to host
100%.
our own.
So
I'm finding it extremely convenient to use my left hand these days. Like, I'm finding it extremely resourceful.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I'm
your left
ambidextrous.
side, you're going to balance your body out now by using your left side more.
I think you're so right.
That is an encouragement to everybody. I did get an in-body scan at one point, and my right side was like 2 pounds heavier. Like my right hand, my right arm, everything just like was 2 pounds. I mean, however it ended up, I was 2 pounds heavier on my right side anyway. I don't think my hand itself like weighs 2 pounds. My other hand was, but you know what I mean?
I do.
So, I'm encouraged that when I'm engaged one day, my left side will even out. I will be a balanced queen, and my cortisol will lower.
Yeah, my cortisol doesn't stand a chance
No.
over the heightened emotions over the last few days. I keep waking up. First of all, I don't want to go to bed because I'm like,
Kaylee won't. I got her this thing to put her ring on because I'm just like, I don't want you to scratch yourself. I don't want you to lay on it. I don't want you to nibble on it. I don't want anything to happen in your sleep a mess. You could dream something crazy and throw your ring out the window. I don't want to give you an intrusive thought. And so I bought her this thing to stick her ring on, and it has a C on it for Cervenka because she is a future Cervenka. And I think that's such a lovely last name.
yeah.
By the way, she won't use it. She won't take the ring off. Yesterday, she gets out of the shower, she comes downstairs, we're eating dinner, and she's like, oh my God, I don't have my ring on. It's 9 p.m.
Because I took my ring off to like use my loofah, and like I didn't want anything to happen. I don't know, and like I wanted to wash my face. And whatever.
You don't want it to go down the
And
drain.
I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible, and I don't know, I've got to get an at-home cleaner because I want to clean it every single day. Like I want it to be the most sparkling.
It's 7 carats, and it's knocking on everything.
It's literally
knocking on heaven's door.
In my knocking on heaven's door. It's crazy.
No, but I was obsessed with Claudia's comment about not making everything about me because that is something, if you listen to The Toast, she's always like, not to make everything about me.
But,
and that was literally her comment because we did involve our swirlies, which was just so sweet. I started thinking, so let me just tell you.
Yes. Oh, tell me, please.
I mean, it's the fiance tell-all, but it's like the twin sisty tell-all.
Yeah, it is.
So it all started.
Should we say the fiance tell-all or the engagement tell-all? Fiancé.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it to me.
Obviously, we've all been waiting on it for a while, right? But like in the Lord's timing. And so Gage, I had told him we went on our trip to Spain in when? June.
July. It was July. I think it was because June, we launched Mini Waters June 15th, and we went to Spain July 16th through 23rd. That's what it was.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
So we're sitting at dinner, and I just had an uneasy feeling like Gage wasn't going to include me in the engagement planning because he didn't trust me not to tell anyone, because I knew that when he asked for my dad's blessing, he told my dad not to tell my mom because he was like, the biggest thing is to keep this a secret. Like, Kaylee could not know, because Kaylee like threatened our lives and like our breath and our lungs with it being a secret. Like, she's like, I do not want to know a thing. I do not. Because everyone feels like that they don't want to know a thing, and then they realize they want to know a thing.
I feel like people don't always do that, because
Some
how many
girls wanna
girls do we know
plan.
that went like rummaging through their boyfriend's drawers trying to find the ring?
Yeah.
I was never going to do anything like that. I just simply was like, I didn't have any requirements. Like, I felt like I wasn't high maintenance. I think after the fact, I was like, wait, was I being high maintenance? Because I just said, like, I just want it to be a surprise. Whatever you do, literally whatever.
I just want to be blindsided. Yeah.
Because one, for like my reaction, like I don't want to, and then, you know, it's just more special, whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're
sitting at dinner, and I'm just sitting there thinking about how I was worried that he wasn't going to include me because he wouldn't trust me. But like, I'm a secret keeper, and like people that think they know me, like, you don't know me because like I'm such a secret. Like, my life's a secret, and like I've
The Secret Life of Elizabeth Anne.
Okay, clock that tea, bae.
I will clock in that tea.
No, clock that tea in like docuseries, but we can't because you can't know anything about me because like I'm a secret keeper.
I'm a secret keeper. Yeah.
No, so I'm so reserved, and I just scared Fiona whenever I tapped her like that. But anyway, and I whispered, I said, "You will tell me, and you will include me, and you will let me," you know. And he was like, I think he agreed, or he like acknowledged that he wasn't going to at first, that he was like nervous about it. And then he quickly was like, no, I will. But I knew that like he was going to feel iffy about including me because he was just so worried about you finding out. And it probably wasn't that he didn't trust me. He knew like, okay, Beth Anne's not going to look at Kaylee and be like, you're getting it.
Yeah.
He was probably just thinking like, with us living together, my phone, you and I share phones, we share everything. We share emails, we're just, what's mine is yours. And what's yours is mine. And he probably just knew that. But I did tell him, I was like, no, you have to trust me. Like, you have to trust me. I mean, I know her the best. And, I mean, he knows you the best too, but okay.
Yeah.
So we collaborated, and I felt really good about the way we left things. I was like, okay, he's going to include me. It was shortly
So where
after.
was I when you said that?
You were sitting at the table. So we planned your entire engagement in plain sight. I do want you to know. Every time we were on a walk together, I was either ordering the marquee letters or texting the photographer or texting Dottie or texting mom. I would hang up on you all the time, be like, mom's calling me. It's like the photographer. Like, it was just, all of it was done completely in front of your face. We were laying in the bed together at one point, and you were on the phone with mom and dad. And I was texting Laura about getting the cookies made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I would just swipe delete. Everything. Because
I
I'm a
do
secret
know what you
keeper.
mean. It's just so hard to comprehend.
I know. Like, can you trust me ever again? What do you think?
I'm gonna try, but I will say
I know. Like,
this has broken it down a little bit. Everyone around, no, literally the first thing that when we got to that to the after party, the after engagement party, walked upstairs and Dottie was like, I'm never gonna lie to you ever again. Gage's mom.
Everyone was so tired of lying to you.
Yeah.
It was breaking our little hearts.
It's kind of concerning because I've always considered myself like extremely, I don't want to say like brilliant, but just very hyper aware, I would say. I would consider myself hyper aware.
So we tried to throw you off and deter you by constantly talking about what type of ring you wanted. Like, he got the ring. So, okay, so July ends. Oh, Lord, we're going to be all over the place today. Yeah.
We are going to be all over the place.
July ends.
And with every detail, I'm going to
August.
realize that I'm actually not hyper aware. Keep going.
August 8th, we're on the way home, or August 10th, I think we're on the way home from the lake. We had gone to Charlotte for a friend's birthday. We've been at the lake all weekend, and I told Gage to communicate me via Snapchat because I haven't had my Snapchat notifications on for like 3 years. I'm in a lot of group snaps. I don't really Snapchat people. I don't have any streaks or anything like that. I never post on Snapchat anymore, but the group snaps that we have are like so hilarious, but they are constantly going off throughout the day, and I wear an Apple Watch. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to turn my notifications off for Snapchat. So anyway, that's been done. Kaylee knows that there's nothing to see on my Snapchat. So I just felt really safe about that.
Yes.
Like, you're never going to check my Snapchat.
And I will say, whenever I was thinking like after the fact, or I don't know, what at some point I just was like, wait, how would they communicate? Email? Like, I was racking my brain.
Not email, because there was
we have access to each other's emails.
I have to ask you something before we get any further.
What?
Could you see my messages on VRBO?
No.
Okay.
Or I never looked.
When I shared the stay with, I didn't know if I shared the stay with you for you, because me and the guy were talking about what we were doing. And whenever you asked for the login, remember when we were on the phone at the very last minute, and I was like, Lenith, so me and Lenith drove separately from Kaylee and Gage. So we got in a little bit later. You'll hear about that too. But I was like, we're trying to get it to load, which we were. We had no service. But when you were like, well, just give me your email login. Like, I'll just log in to get the code, because Kaylee and Gage beat us to the house. They needed to get into the house. I'm like, you can't have my login.
And I feel like you might have said prematurely, like, oh, it's loading. And then Lenith was like, oh, yeah, no, yeah, it's loading. Like, it's loading. But it probably wasn't loaded yet.
No, it wasn't loading yet.
Yeah.
But we were like, it's loading.
Yeah.
It's loading.
Yeah. It did occur to me, like, maybe information or something. Because, like, why wouldn't you just give me that? But whatever. It was all.
Y'all were just going to sit there until it loaded. And I didn't feel bad about it. Like, I was like, then go get back in the car.
Like, I know.
But I had already blown it at that point also, which is so funny.
You didn't blow it. You did not blow it.
Should I say it or say it later? I'm trying to go in order.
Let's try to go in order.
Okay.
I feel like since you know every single detail behind the scenes, I need to quit interjecting. I feel
you're
like
fine.
the fiance is trying to tell all, and it's actually not all hers to tell.
But I tell you what, all the talking that I've done this past weekend and now, because we are recording the day before it goes out, so it's Monday, I'm parched. And I have to ask, producer, I need a favor. Okay. I am so thirsty when you get a minute. I think that's my cup right there, but it does need more. Like a little bit more. just do a little bit of wood try.
So you got us these hot coffees this morning.
I got us coffee, yeah, but like I hate to make that noise for you guys, but like my mouth feels so dry.
No, I know.
What
I was going to say was I'm so dehydrated and I continue to drink this coffee. But like,
I was going to ask you if you wanted to go to get an IV later today.
I would love to.
Let me get a few sips in.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue. Okay. You get a few sips in first. Y'all were missing Mr. Tootie today. Is this the first pood you hadn't been a part of?
That's sad. He should be here. Mr. Tootie's fine. Mr. Tootie is so alive and well. Oh my gosh. But he stayed with one of our friends this weekend, and I didn't get back in town until really late last night. So I'm going to get Mr. Tootie this afternoon.
No,
also,
he's having
y'all,
fun.
did y'all plan for us to record this episode the day before so we could talk about this?
Yeah, it's just like what made the most sense.
What made the most sense.
Because then the next one would come out just like so much later. So I just told him like, let's not worry about trying to fit it in before.
Okay, right. So go back to
so then it's August 10th. We're on the way home from the lake, where we had just spent the weekend in Charlotte with our friends, and we stopped to have lunch with one of our friends, Dyson. And Gage was Snapchatting me like, can I call you? Snapchat messaging me, but I'm sitting next to you in the booth. So I kept going to the bathroom. I don't know if you felt like I was dismissive during that lunch, but I did text Dyson, and I was like, I am so sorry if I did not seem like plugged into that lunch. Like my head was everywhere because him and I were messaging. He sent me the ring, like all these things. And then I just had to walk back out of the bathroom at Chili's.
Oh my gosh.
And like finish my triple dipper.
Right.
Yeah. No, literally. And so
you gave me no indication. I had no idea.
I'm telling you, Secret Life of Elizabeth Anne. And so then we get out to the parking lot and we start naturally talking about how you and Gage had gone ring shopping and like you're showing her the options. At this point, I knew that he had gone with the round cut. Mm-hmm. So as she's showing the options, I'm like, I just love that round cut. I mean, it just looks so good. Thankfully, out of all of them in the world, this is the one that complements your finger without, like, no matter what.
I agree.
That is the best one and best shape for you, 100%. But I didn't want your mind to go anywhere else because I'm just like, okay, he just went to the jewelry store. So then we call him. This was the first thing that happened where my butthole was so tight. Like, I didn't fart for 3 days after this. Like,
because I called him because I was like, I need to call Gage.
Kaylee's like, I have to call Gage. I'm like, 100%, I love that. But she was like, she's like, yeah, Beth Anne, he just went and like got his iPad fixed, like whatever. But I'm also like, okay, I think he's in the car though, like leaving the jewelry store. So
had he sent you a picture of the ring then?
Yes, in the car. I couldn't save it. I couldn't save anything. Everything was deleted off my video, and his hand was shaking. Like, it was amazing.
His hand was shaking.
I mean, he was just being perfect. I know. So then we're in the car. Mind you, I'm driving, and I'm just like, here starts the secret keeping. So for the past 2 months, so that was August 10th, and you got engaged on October 10th. So exactly 2 months. I have just felt like my stomach would just drop at different points during the day. You know what I mean? And I was always weary of always having my phone on me. And when we're in the car together and it's on CarPlay, always on Do Not Disturb, just like anything and everything. You call Gage and you're like, hey, like, what you doing? Da-da-da. He's like, oh, just bopping around to a couple stores. I just like dropped my iPad off, whatever. Or like he was still sitting there getting it fixed. You're like, oh, I thought you went like a couple hours ago. He was like, yeah, I had to run a few errands for mom, whatever. And then you said, Gage, did you go to Tiffany? And I said, crickets. And he was like, what would I need at Tiffany? Just like being funny. But in my head, I'm like, are you kidding me? We didn't even make it. We didn't make it 10 minutes. I'm like, we didn't make it 10 minutes. Because Kaylee would always make comments.
Oh my gosh,
and, like,
I had no idea.
No, of course.
Oh my God,
I know
no,
you had
like
no
me
idea.
and Gage would be at dinner sometimes. And I'd be like, were you about to propose?
No, and you'd posted all those funny TikToks of being like, you can't propose here. You can't propose
Yes,
here. Like,
yes.
everyone knows that you would just say that all the time. And on any other normal day, it would be fine. But like, we both lost air in our lungs. But I think we also knew. But in my head, I'm like, he doesn't think that I've already blown it, does he?
I'm so hyper aware. My conscious didn't even realize how hyper aware it was.
Yeah. So
I'm an idiot.
No, but
I'm an inconsiderate idiot.
No, but it was so funny.
Why would I
You're
say
like,
something like that?
did you go to Tiffany? And I'm like,
What is wrong with me?
I love you.
I think it was because it was a month before our birthday, and I had mentioned to him like, I would love like earrings, like match my necklace or something. But I also really didn't expect him to get me earrings from Tiffany. He did, and of course they broke my ears out because I'm allergic to sterling silver or something in my ear holes. Like, it doesn't make sense. Whatever. I got another ring. It's on the way.
Oh, you got another ring? Put on your right hand.
I will. We returned the earrings because, I mean, literally my ears were so swollen and pussy.
Pussy. Also, let me just say, I don't know if y'all can hear the construction going on outside our window, but I feel like I have listened to podcasts before where you can hear like the traffic and the sirens and the beeping. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume y'all can hear it.
Yeah.
Apologies. They're building
They're
like a strip mall behind us.
Yes.
I don't know what they got going.
Yeah.
So,
they need to put a Popeyes right there.
girl, you got Popeyes.
I got Popeyes last night.
That's all we're going to say.
Okay, I'm going off on a tangent, and none of that matters.
None of that matters.
Keep going.
This is the Fiancé tell off.
So,
Okay, so we're in the car, whatever you say that. We get home, and that's when I recorded a video for you. But now I'm like, should I play it right now or no? No, whatever. I won't, because I'm just telling you instead of playing the video.
okay.
But I like kind of vlogged days throughout leading up into the engagement, of course. And I vlogged them on my Snapchat in my eyes only. So, let's see. Gage, so then
I guess you had to get started. You had to get to work at that point.
So I had to get to work. So I dropped you off after that lunch, and he was on his run because in the month of August we were doing the runs every day. So he had his run. So you got to his house and he was running, and I went and chased him down in my car, and we sat there and we conspired for a long time. And he was like, okay, I have to go because Kaylee is going to wonder what has taken me so long. And I'm like, Gage, you're on a run and there's hills. She's going to understand.
Oh yeah, I didn't think twice.
No, of course. So he's like, dang, I wish I could like show it to you in person, but like it's already in the safe. I already put it in the safe. And I'm like, I know, my baby. So it was beautiful.
I love you.
No, I love you. And then I called mom and dad, and they just couldn't believe it. But like they could, because he had asked for dad's blessing. If anyone remembers, we went on a little family trip back in
May, right?
I think it was in May. Yep, it was in May. Me, Kaylee, our brother Chase, Gage joined us, and our parents, because our brother plays football in Canada, as most of you know, and he comes home for about 5.5 months and is there like the other time. So,
and he was leaving again like that next week. My
we
dad
just wanted to have
do
a little
one more little
trip.
family thing, so we went and stayed at this lake house and got some family pictures. That's why Gage came, take our family pictures.
Yeah,
Dad, Chase, and Gage were golfing one morning.
And it was pouring down rain. Me, Kaylee, and mom had like walked up to the gym. We were like making TikToks, just being funny, just having a time like indoors, right? And which was I felt so bad. Like dad had put this whole weekend together, and then it wasn't even that beautiful, but it was beautiful because we were all together, and that's the truth behind it. And we had amazing dinner and an amazing dessert at Scoops Ice Cream.
So good.
So the weekend was great. All right. So Gage asked Dad, more so told, but asked. Of course, Dad was going to say yes when they went golfing because they got caught on the same golf cart under a tree when it was like pouring. And Gage was like, well, no better time than now. I guess this is as good as the time as any. And
He said that out loud? Or like you're saying that's what
I
he thought?
think he said that, but I know he said that to me. But like, I don't know if he like told Dad that like, well, no better time.
Hey, yeah.
So then, of course, whenever he was asking Chase, and if those of you that don't know, Gage and my brother played on the same football team at Clemson, like in what was it? What were the years?
Whenever Chase got there, 2017 to 19.
Yeah, for a couple years. And Chase was a quarterback and Gage was the center. So, I mean, they were hand and balls. And so they've known each other. And it's funny, like, we were there watching all the games, and there Gage was, like, out on the field.
And I didn't know. No. Can I say this?
I want you to say it.
Okay.
Is this your say it with your chest?
I'm saying it with my whole chest. So I might have already said this on the Pood, literally, forgive me. But I remember I think I have, whatever, I'm saying it. We went to the Tiger Walk one day, okay? Then my brother, one of the games. And the Tiger Walk is where all the players come off the bus, and then you line up all the fans and the family, whatever, and the players come walking through in their suits and ties and their suede, and they stop and hug their family and friends along the way, on the way into the stadium. Well, I remember our big mama, my dad's mom, hilarious, told me, so all the linemen, all the big boys
burly
came through,
men.
and of course Gage was an offensive lineman at the time, and they come walking through and she goes, Kaylee, see right here, you need you a hunk of burning love like these right here. And I remember it was Gage and his friend Zach, and they were like walking together because
my gosh.
now that I know, you know what I mean.
But Gage probably had like a Santa beard.
He had a Santa beard. And I was like,
that wasn't your tea.
Well, no, I was like a little girl. Like I was like 16.
Yeah.
And they were like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, big mama, like they're like grown men. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm
don't know.
a little girl.
Like I'm a baby.
And can I still say like, I still feel like a little girl?
I know, Kaylee.
After he proposed, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, keep going.
So of course,
Gage is like, no time
and like
as good as this.
your hands are so tea because they still look amazing. Like the spray tan or the self tan that I did for you. I mean, it's never done so well.
Thank you.
EY, lots of EYs this episode. Okay, forgive me.
No,
I need help. Where was I?
Dad and Gage were under the
Oh
tree.
my gosh, yes.
KISSING.
First, seriously comes love, and then comes marriage.
Yep.
That happened, whatever. Chase rode with me. That weekend wraps up. We go to my grandparents' house on our way out. What?
You have to like say like, do you know what Gage said to Dad? And then do you know that what Gage asked Chase? Like,
okay.
during golf.
Oh gosh,
Or do you not know?
You know, getting information from boys is like so limited, and it's never the story. That
Tell him what you think.
Okay, I think this is what happened. If anyone that was there, Chase
or Gage
or my dad, and none of y'all are gonna listen. Correct me.
Donnie's listening. She might know.
100%. I might make this a little bit more special than it was. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So Gage is like, I think he talked to Chase first because this is how boys work. We get in the car, me and Chase, and you and Gage rode. I guess like we all just kind of rode separately to our grandparents' house after the weekend was over. And Chase is like, well, Gage told me about Kaylee. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I told him like, yeah, man, I love it. Like, man, I've loved you. You're great. We played together, man. Like, we've always had great relationship. I think highly of you. Like, I think you're great for Kaylee. And I said, Gage asked you? Like, wait, oh my gosh. Gage, like, talking about marrying Kaylee? And he's like, yeah. I'm like,
and you had no idea.
Okay, no. I'm like, Chase, what? I'm like, tell me everything. And he had no escape because it's just me and him in the car. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if he said anything to Dad or not, but he like asked me and like told me that. And I'm like, you don't know if he said anything to Dad or not? He's like, yeah, I mean, like we were just in the golf cart and like I think he went over there and said something to Dad because then he said to me like, yeah, I got the okay from your dad. And I'm like, well, then I think he asked Dad. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. So then I had to live in that agony because I couldn't call Gage because you were the car with Gage.
Gage was with me.
No, literally.
Oh.
And so it's just such a guy story from Chase. Hilarious. Of course, he's so funny. And he's like, this is crazy. Like, golly, I can't believe it. Like, they've been together for 3 years, you know, at the time. Now it's like 3.5.
Yeah.
And so I think I wait for that to wrap up and I call Dad separately, or maybe I talk to Mom and I can't remember. It's just, now this really truly is vague. I cannot remember who I talked to first because I don't know if Dad told me that Gage told him not to tell Mom or if Chase told me. But either way, somewhere down the line, whenever Gage asked Dad, he was just like, you know, I've loved your daughter for a long time. Like, I think she makes me better. I love, oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. She makes me better. I love her so much. I think he mentioned like faith, helping you like grow your relationship, like in his faith and stuff. And then he was just like, it would just mean the world to me, like if I had your blessing. And I know that there's stuff I'm not getting because I can't remember.
No, I know. I think Gage told me. So like I know, but we'll just keep it a little private. But like that's the gist.
Okay, that's the gist. We're keeping it private after like I just stuttered over my words
No,
for 10 minutes.
no, I'm sorry.
And then Dad is like, absolutely, buddy. Like I can't think of anybody better. I think you're great for her. I love you. Like I'd be happy to welcome you as a son and everything. And so then, oh my God, Chase is so funny. He's like, Gage is like, yeah, your dad gave me the okay. And then Chase gets in the car with me. Is like, yeah, so I'm not sure if you told Dad or not. It's like, oh my God. It got like boys. Okay, so funny. Fast forward. The only reason he didn't want to tell Dad to tell Mom was because he was so worried about it getting out and like misspeaking. I know eventually he's like, obviously Dad's going to tell Mom.
Right.
But, hello.
I know that. Okay, so Mom, if you're listening, like you can remember this and like you're so precious and you didn't mean anything by it, but maybe last year or maybe it was first thing this year, but at some point Mom was like, I mean, Gage, I hadn't said anything to me or your daddy. I don't know, like when you're expecting it, but he hadn't said anything to us. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why would you tell me that? But this was before.
That would have been a good thing for her to say if he had.
Yeah, but this was when he actually hadn't. And I'm like, well because Mom, don't tell me that. Like, I don't want to know, you know.
Yeah, I don't want a new timeline.
And so then Gage was like, oh God, like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared that Miss Jenny is going to accidentally, like,
yeah,
bless her heart. Like, maybe we just, and I know, and I wouldn't have wanted to make Mom lie or like have to keep a secret because I know like what pressure that is. And so I think the way that y'all did it was so perfect.
No,
obviously
totally.
She knew like what.
I mean, yeah, Dad told her immediately.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he told her immediately.
Okay.
And like, I think Gage's biggest thing, it wasn't so much don't tell Miss Jenny. It was just like, okay, you know what? Because Dad told me, he was like, man, Gage was serious about nobody knowing. I mean, he was serious about it. Because Gage didn't tell me that he asked for the hand.
And that's literally because I'm threatening everyone's life. Like, no one let me know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know any. I don't want to know.
So, fast forward to,
that is so hilarious.
We get home that weekend and it's just me. And I go ahead and start filming for you and everything that I know. And then, we start throwing around some dates. And I was like, well, his season doesn't finish up if they make it to the playoffs till November or after. And I was like, but I think that's pretty good timing, like around the holidays. I know Kaylee has like, you know, joked about being a February 2027 bride, whatever. And he agreed. But a part of him was a little eager, dude, because he was like, all right, like I've been sitting on this ring. Like, well, now I'm jumping ahead because this is like probably a couple weeks later. But he was just like, I really want to do it. Like, I really want to do it. Like, I'm just ready. I want to do it. And so I call Chase and I'm like, when can you come home? Is there any bye week you have? And I told him that Mom had mentioned to me that he would have the weekend of October 10th off. So I tell Gage, if you do it, it's going to have to be on a Friday because Chase has to be back in Canada by Sunday.
Yeah.
So he needs to fly out and stuff. And he was like, all right. And so he comes back to me. So funny. All the information was probably like information overload. But he's like, hey, so what do you think about October 10th? I'm like, yeah, that was the day that I'm like, period.
Yeah.
But of course,
you
I'm
know
like,
what? I'm glad we're on the same page.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Yeah. So call Chase. He's like, all right, like I'll start looking at flights. Like, man, like this is so crazy. I can't believe it. So I think Chase and I first collaborated about the story that we would tell you and give you. And I think he might have said like, you should make it work related. Like you should make it like something about like a brand event or whatever, because it's not unusual for us to get invited to things very last minute. Like we will get an email about a brand event in California in 48 hours and we live in Athens, Georgia.
Yeah,
it's just like, by the way, you're invited. So I wasn't really worried about that. As long as we knew the date, we could navigate around that. And anything that you wanted to plan for that weekend, we would just come up with something. So we were like, we're going to send out the invitation like 2 weeks before. I thought that was a good amount of time. And we got invited to a wedding actually on October 11th. And I remember you and I were in the car and you were like, Beth Anne, we need to RSVP to that wedding. Like we need to go to that wedding. And I was like, no, like I don't think so. I didn't have a reason, right, to tell you because we did not have any plans. I knew that we had plans for you to get engaged, but I was just like, I feel like with it being football season and all the traveling, like we would have to find someone to cover the dogs and mom and dad are going to be gone. Like I was just saying things, right? You were like, okay, like, are you sure? Like we should really go. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, let's just not. And then I was like, should I just let us RSVP, but then secretly text the girl and tell her like, okay, don't actually. But anyway, so
yeah,
that was like our first obstacle with that specific weekend. So I get off the phone with Chase. We collaborate a little bit. I call Gage and I'm like, all right, this is my idea. We need something that Kaylee cannot cancel on, or it would be highly unlikely that she would. Okay. And that's something that she's going to be dressed and ready for. The makeup needs to be done. The perfect outfit needs to be on. Her nails need to get done. And I'm like, all of this stuff's going to take time to gradually, like, it can't be pushed on her because nails. So my biggest thing was the nails. That always gives it away, especially when someone is waiting to get married and is expecting, engaged, is expecting a proposal. It's just like, if you say too much about the nails, I mean, we went back and forth with everybody. Rebecca was like, how about I just put you on a group message and ask y'all to go? And I'm like, but you've never done that before. And she's like, but I ask y'all to do random stuff all the time. I'm like, that's true. But then it was perfect because Gaga actually told Kaylee and I that he loves his nail lady. Gaga's our mom's dad. And
like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he had told me one of the girls that works at this nail salon is named Kaylee. And he's like, she loves y'all. Like, I would love for y'all to meet her. And he had told me this months ago. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking honored. And like, I would love to go anytime I'm up in Clemson with Gaga and go meet the nail girl. Like, yes.
He's like, I love my nail lady.
So I didn't think anything when a week and a half before he had put Beth Anne and I in a group and was like, do y'all want to go get your nails done? Whatever. And, you know, you can meet Kaylee. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm there. I did not think anything, which is why
I haven't posted the nail vlog yet. Okay, you know what? I'll post the nail vlog today. All right, y'all are going to see it. It's gonna be up. Okay, I'm posting the nail vlog.
Okay.
But
I decided I was on my nail. Y'all, I sat bold-faced on this podcast and I was like, I'm done.
Oh, you're done.
With the nail salons. I'm done.
And
I'm doing my manicurist. I'm doing them at home. I'm not doing French. I'm on my nail health journey. And the whole time you're like,
in my head, I'm like,
this is the most stupidest idea.
And Lindy and I would always make eye contact during the episodes that you would be doing that. And I'd be like, But I knew that like I was just going to tackle that when it came to it.
Yeah.
The day before, how do my lips look? Are they pale?
Or mine?
No, but I know that mine are.
They're not. They're glossy.
Are you sure?
Yeah, your lips are glossy.
Okay. Because I know that I have a face on, so I'm like,
Mine are starting to feel dry, but
no, they don't look it.
okay.
Okay. I think mine look pale, but that's okay. The day before, not the day before, pardon me. Yeah, the day before. Okay, yeah. The day before we were going to get our nails done. Or I don't know, any freaking ways. This was on a Sunday after church, and we're at lunch with our parents and Gage, me and Kaylee.
Yes.
And I was like talking about how we were going to get our nails done. Was this the day before Gaga took us?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the day before. Gaga was taking us. We were talking about how Gaga invited us to go get our nails done. And I was like, so look, here I am, y'all, with my engagement nails because I was trying to give Haley, new name
Who's
alert.
that?
Literally new name alert.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to give Kaylee a hint or just think maybe she'll just copy me. And I was like, maybe I could just say that oh my gosh, I haven't even told the Sprit Society story yet. Okay, I'll get there. I was saying for the event that we had planned to go to, it's going to be such a classy event, whatever. Like, let's just do like a chrome French moment. We never do that. It'll look so good. Because before Kaylee got on this whole I'm not getting my nails done journey, she was saying to me, I need to start getting French on my nails because, you know, it's the end of the year. Her engaged obviously had talked about like he wanted to do it the end of the year or early next year, right? So
I didn't know a timeline at all whatsoever.
no, I know you didn't, but I'm just saying that's just what y'all kind of talked about. Y'all only gone ring shopping, what, once or twice?
We only went once.
Oh, okay, you only went once.
I probably had it in my head maybe to be the end of the year, beginning of the year, but he never said like it might be the end of like no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
No, he never. No, that's okay. But
Okay.
like he never like,
Gave you a timeline. Okay,
which
cool.
is why I started to believe it wasn't even going to be this year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, it's already October and I have no idea.
And I was telling you, well, Gage hasn't said a word to me.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's going to be next year. Some of the Brandon Lake concert last week was like, when's it happening?
And you
I
were
was
like, I think early next year.
early next year, y'all. Early next year.
Which I didn't think about in the moment, but now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, oh, she was trying to.
Yeah, I was just
sniff
like,
me
can
off
everyone
the
shut
trail.
up? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kaylee's sitting in the Mexican restaurant and she's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything on my nails. Like, no. Like, I'm going to get my cuticles cleaned up. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Not doing anything. Like, I need my natural nail. And Mom's like, well, I mean, I love French. I mean, I like French.
She told me she said that, and I don't remember her saying it.
I did. And in my head, I was like, I wish that that's all she said. Like, but she was good. That's all she said. And I was like, hopefully she doesn't like harp on it. But that was all she said. So then I'm like, Kaylee, what? But my body was heating up because I was actually like panicking. You know what I mean? Because I was like, if she doesn't get anything on her nails, there's going to be no other way for me to make her get something on her nails without her thinking, oh, wait, oh my gosh, my nail. She's trying to get me to get something on my nails. I'm going to get engaged. Because Kaylee and I don't care about our nails. Like, we get them done. We let it go for 4 weeks. We get them done again. Like, we're not obsessed with going every 2 weeks to get our nails done. Like, we're just, Kendall, our nail tech knows. Like, we're going to be late to the game. Like, I'm going to just let it ride because my nails are fine, right?
Yes.
So to suddenly switch up and start acting like having your nails done was such a big deal, I was like, oh my gosh, then I'm going to be responsible and like giving it away. So I let it go. And I was like, oh, like your nails are going to be so brittle. Like they're going to break. Like last time I didn't get anything on my nails thinking I was letting them breathe. They were just like all breaking. You were like, yeah. Like, yeah. And I was like, what about like for the Spritz Society event? Like, don't you want to look like so classy? And you were like, I do. No, you're right. Okay, like I will get something. So let me go back, okay? Because I keep saying the Spritz Society event. So if you haven't seen some of our content yet, you don't know the story. What I came up with, we love the swirlies. We love the toast. Me, my brother, Gage, we all kind of like collaborated on this. We should create, Kim is the one who really created the invitation, a fake invitation inviting ourselves to a Spritz Society event in Charleston. Because Gage had told me he wanted to do it in Charleston. And I'm thinking, we got to get Kaylee to Charleston with what story? Mm-hmm. We can't have her just staying at any bumho hotel or Gage's sister's house because then there's not room for me and Laneith and for our friends that were then going to be coming. So I'm like, okay, we got to get a place to stay. Just like all these things. I didn't want Kaylee to feel whatever about her outfit. I wanted her to feel uppity about everything. I'm just like, we got to make it work related because it needs to feel like a big deal, right? And we love the toast. They have a canned cocktail company called Spritz Society. They've already done lots of things in Charleston. Craig Conover is he's a part of owning it too, I think.
Yeah, I think he's maybe part owner.
We were not really sure, but regardless, I knew that would make sense and it would be on brand.
Yes.
So create that. I text my manager. Kaylee and I have the same manager. And Lexi, I love you so much. Are you listening? I don't know. But anyway, I love you.
I think sometimes she pops in on she's like cleaning around the house.
Yeah. So reach out to Lexi and I'm like, in a couple days, I'm going to be sending you an invitation. I want you to put it in Basecamp. That's the platform that we use for work. And it was so funny, Kaylee, because she didn't actually put it in my Basecamp. She only put it in yours. So whenever you were asking me like, well, what did she say about the RSP? I was like, oh yeah, she said like we're confirmed. You know, I was just hoping you wouldn't ask to like see my Basecamp. But what was in my Basecamp was the invitation of me sending her the invitation.
That's funny.
So along with the invitation that I posted in my vlog, go look on TikTok, I included, and Kim wrote it out, a long like spiel about the event, you know, dress code. We're going to sip our blues away with this Spritz Society.
They're introducing new flavor cocktails.
Wear blue. For the women, we're going to do chic blue attire. For the men, we're going to have a preppy blue look, just whatever, right? That was on there. So, because then I want Gage to be looking all fanced up, and like it was perfect because like Lenny wore a collared shirt. Like we all were looking gorge, you know, for this event because that's what the attire told us to do. So we're sitting in Bible study on Wednesday morning a few weeks ago. Lexi puts it in base camp. Kaylee is sneakily like showing me her phone like under the table. I'm of course freaking out. I'm freaking out. We go to lunch afterwards. Kaylee is, you know, she's wanting to invite one of our friends, Caroline, to the event. And I'm like, in my head, because I put on there to bring a +1 because her +1 would naturally be Gage. And then my +1 would be Lenith. And he also did the videography for all of it. So it was just like really perfect. But we told Kaylee that he was just going to vlog for us, you know, so that she didn't raise questions about like, why does he have his camera out? Do a little vlog for us. So none of that ended up mattering. Mattering? Like, is that a word?
It all mattered.
No, it did all matter. But I mean, Kaylee did. Her intuition kicked in. Anytime because everyone knows what great intuition Kaylee has. I think as women, we have like insane intuition. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like that's within us. And about 48 hours before, obviously we'll get there, but Kaylee did kind of start to think, oh, because like there were a lot of moving parts. Regardless, okay, that was the plan from the jump. So the 4 people going to this event. Me, Kaylee, Gage, Lenith. I booked a VRBO like immediately. I mean, I don't even know. I didn't look very long. I saw one. It had a great porch. It was right downtown, 5 minutes to downtown, walking distance, like great spot. But then Kaylee, to me, was like not really worried about a place to stay because she's like, oh, like we can just stay at Ashley's, like whatever. Like she wasn't worried about it. But I'm like, okay, it was a 4-bedroom because I needed space I wanted my brother and his girlfriend to get to stay, and like all of us have our own space and like plenty of space for everyone to have beds, you know, the vibes. And so when I booked it, I'm like, okay, how am I gonna like convince Kaylee that this house that looks too big, like has too many rooms for all of us, is like the right choice. So y'all were in Kentucky.
Which I wouldn't have thought. I just would have been like, great, big house.
No, literally. Big house.
Hey, with lots of room. And what a big table. Oh, with lots and lots of food. Yum, yum.
A big yard. I knew you were going to cut it off.
We can play football. Touchdown. Big.
So I had a great living room, plenty of couch space, just in case other people wanted to stay because I knew friends were coming and I was like, we got couch space for extra beds. And then the outside area, you know, you did not ask any questions. So
no, and none of that was suspicious because you are the sister that like, it was so natural for you to order all these dresses because you always do that. You always try things on for us. Mm-hmm. And it was so natural for you to just like do the house because I
always just kind of like do stuff.
You just do it. So I didn't think I never thought like something's being planned for me. Never thought.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I don't even think I looked at VRBO. I was just like, period, Beth Anne. Thank you. Like I trusted you and like it was over.
You're so funny. And so I had already sent that to Gage obviously weeks prior. And he was like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. But Gage responds to the group chat that I sent it in. And he was like, looks great, Boopy. Like, love you. Thank you for doing that. You know, and I'm just like, so funny. So I do that. And if it sounds like I smoke 10 packs a day, I might as well have. But
Me
no,
too.
the talking, oh my gosh, y'all, like we have been
And I've been screaming and
we
crying.
have been screaming. So, throat gurgle. Okay. Send you the place. Do. All right. So then I start sending out all these texts. I'd never sent like a formal invitation. We invited just like some of our closest friends and grandparents. And my dad's parents were actually unable to make it because our big daddy was feeling under the weather, and bless his heart, he just needed to rest. And I have a hilarious video to post of them when Kaylee FaceTimed them. It's so funny. Okay. So that was going to be who I was there. Gage's sister, this is a plug to Poogan's Smokehouse in Charleston, South Carolina.
So freaking good.
I will be posting some stuff of them later, but she offered the upstairs area at Poogan Smokehouse to us. She was like, no, like I think it'll be great. We can do finger foods. We had jalapeno poppers, you know, the ones that are like wrapped in bacon that are just so unreal. Y'all know the ones. We had.
If you are into a cocktail, the lavender martini is.
Wait, did you try it?
No, I've had it before.
I was drinking Aperol Spritz.
Oh, I literally had like one sip of champagne, one sip of water, and then one little gluten-free dessert that Dottie had. Something like literally thought of everything.
Yeah.
And I did not eat anything the whole time because I was talking the whole time. Like
Dottie was so intentional with that, the gluten-free desserts. We kind of blew it a little bit on that because
that's great.
when I was ordering the cookies, I'm gonna be honest, I never even thought about
it. No,
never even thought about it. But yeah, no. So barbecue, it was delicious. Like it was.
People were coming up to me like, "This is the best food."
Yeah,
people got 4 plates.
Dad
was like, "I'm gonna be in the back of all these pictures
with my 4th plate,
with my 4th plate at the buffet." Like it was.
No, it was so great. And so
it was amazing.
If anyone is looking for like any type of celebration, Pugin Smokehouse, they have like such a cute little upstairs area that fits. Kaylee, we had like 40 people. Did you know that?
I mean, it was
because I listed them all out on my phone.
Oh.
So
that or if you just like want to go for a meal, because I've obviously gone there just for dinner.
Oh yeah,
like,
but it was just
so good.
I feel like I never really think about
events.
We've never really had events since like our 8th birthday at like Sparkles skating rink.
Or
and
like at the pool, like
at the
Cinderella
pool ordering
princess
pizza
themed. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so it was so perfect. So yeah, Gage's sister Ashley was like, "Let's do that. That'll be great." And just so you know, someone had initially rented it out starting at like 6 p.m., 5:30 p.m. So we thought we had to do it early in the day like that. Looking back, I wouldn't have changed a thing. Those people canceled. So
well, thank goodness, because I think my bosom was
there at
still sat at 7 p.m.
Literally. Yeah. And we got there at like 3:30.
Yeah.
So we were there for 4 hours.
Wow.
But so that's why we initially did it early in the day. But looking back, like I wouldn't have changed a thing because we needed to do it earlier. One, because we were all just like overwhelmed. Are you tearing up?
I'm tearing up.
Yeah, you're tearing up.
I won't stop.
You won't stop.
I like
can't stop, won't stop. Like when we,
we're not even through it, and I'm just thinking about like every single person that was there, and like everyone who took the time and drove there and made accommodations, and like
I know. And I knew that we had the right people there because nobody ever like wavered on whether or not they were coming. Nobody was like, "I'll let you know." Like as soon as I texted anyone and everyone, they were like, "Absolutely," and everybody offered, "What can I do? What can I do? Let me know if there's anything I can do. Let me know." And I mean, people were driving through the night. Like everyone was just dropped everything they were doing. I mean, Richard and Ava, I'm pretty sure, just like had work and said they were sick. Like nobody. Ryan had a big like test or whatever, or like something due in school, and he went up to his professor and he was like, "Okay, I know that this is mandatory, but my best friend is getting the professor was like, "Yep, nope, totally fine. You're fine." Everyone just like had something and dropped it for you. And I just knew, I was like, these are our people. Like these are the right people. So
it's so overwhelming.
Anyway, we that really helped, I will say, because I did not know where we should do the celebration at. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like a whole thing. Because it was like one thing to book the venue of y'all getting engaged and
like,
get the mascara like right under, like sorry, like scratch it a little bit. It's like on your.
Oh, I think I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
Dottie went in person because we were online. I actually messaged Sydney Tilton on TikTok and was asking her, I wanted to get us a big beach house for everybody to stay in. Kind of like a mansion, really, because that's what we would need on the beach. And we talked about doing your engagement on the beach because then it would be like private or like on what we had thought.
On a pier or something?
I was on the phone with Dottie for hours all the time. And the day that y'all went to the Clemson game, you went to the Clemson game and you tailgated, you know?
Yeah.
I sat on this couch and I was ordering all those dresses from Club London. I was also on the phone with Dottie for hours, and I was on Airbnb and VRBO looking at basically beach house. I mean,
for kind of both of our families to stay at or something?
Yes. Yeah. And friends. Like everyone stay there. But then I started getting a little bit overwhelmed. We both did at like the idea of everyone. And just, I didn't want to throw you off. Like if you got there. So we were thinking, okay, you walk in, rose petals on the ground, like you go out and then there would be like a balcony and a back deck. And that's where he would do it with the beach in the background. we both were like thinking, okay, what if people are walking by? Then you have like other people in the back of your pictures. But then also, where would everyone's cars be? Like if that's where everyone's staying. It was like too many. It was just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find a house.
To keep it unassuming.
Unassuming, yeah. We couldn't find a house.
And of course, now we're so thankful because it was flooding in Charleston. And so I'm so glad that we weren't on
it
the
was
beach.
flooding. So the original thing was for it to be outside, by the way. And there was like going to be rose petals on the ground. It was going to be magical. It was still magical. And y'all did get pictures in the initial location.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dottie went in person. So whenever she went and visited Ashley a couple months ago, if you remember, or like a month ago, she was scouting out locations and venues. So she picked this one. It was 20 South Battery. That's engraved in my brain. 20 South Battery. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can rent it out. You can stay there. It's a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a hotel. You can book rooms.
It's a mansion, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I was
unreal.
saying it's like a palace, and Mom was like, I mean, I think it's actually a mansion. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was.
It was crazy. So she sent me a video walking me through where everything was going to go, and she's like, if Laneith stands here with the video, if he can walk ahead of you, and we had it planned out to every detail. If you can get him to walk in front of y'all, then whenever Kaylee rounds the corner, he can get her reaction. I'll have the photographer already set up this with this. Like we had it all planned out for the outside. So whenever we did get there, and because we decided morning of it was going to be indoors. Yes, it had been raining leading up, but supposedly like always says it's going to rain in Charleston, and then it doesn't really, or it will, but it had stopped raining the day before, kind of like afternoon-ish. We were like, oh, if it's, maybe it'll just kind of hold off a little bit, because it was going to be at 1 p.m. that we had on the invitation. The event was going to be from 1 to 3. So none of us, it was very just spur of the moment. We had never been to this location before. I had no idea where this room was that we were going to once we got there. Gage had no idea where this room was. Dottie was texting us, y'all are going to climb a bunch of stairs. Make sure you take your time. I don't want them to be out of breath or like literally sweating. She said sweating.
I was sweating.
By the time we get up there, newsflash, we were sweating.
We were all sweating.
We were literally panting, and you said it. You were like, I can't breathe, I'm out of breath. Whenever you were like overwhelmed by seeing the engagement, like the proposal, but I think you were also just like out of breath from the stairs, which was cracking me up. So morning of, Dottie texted us, all right, as the executive decision, we're doing it inside. So in my head,
she did. Executive decision.
I wasn't like stressed. I wasn't stressed, honestly, but I had no idea where things, like I had the plan for the outside, and I had the directions for the outside. But even when we got there, Kaylee, I didn't even know where we were. Like the parking, the gate, having a gate code. Remember that whole thing?
Yes.
I didn't know what gate thing we were talking.
I remember when we were at the house and you were like, right before we were leaving to go to the Spritz Society event, that was my engagement. And you were like, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to move it inside. Well, it never said on the invitation, like, that it was outside.
Obsessed with that. Okay.
So I was like, I'm sure they will.
Kaylee.
Y'all were done at that point.
How could you?
Y'all were done.
Freaking blame me.
No, I can't.
I know.
Y'all, and before we go any further, I've said it so many times, Beth Anne and Laneith are tired of it, but intermission, pause for me to say, I could not have scripted with my own 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 feet, 2 arms,
2 ears,
2 legs, a day better than it. That was like, I told Beth Anne, I'm so concerned for how I'm going to be able to pull it off. Like for her, because of how much they did behind the scenes, and I had no idea. And I'm just thinking like, how am I going to do that? There's no way. And every single attention to detail, like I will never stop getting emotional about it. So now I'm going to stop because I can't keep going. I'm so sorry.
I mean, this is such a chat. Like, I've never spoken to her for LA or like on the pod.
Yeah,
like, I'm always like so weary of what I'm saying. I'm just like, but no, like we're chatting.
Yeah,
I mean, we're seriously hanging out. I hope we're on FaceTime. This is one for y'all to watch.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. So location, Dottie picked it out. Okay, rented it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, and it was so sweet. Gage was like, because there's multiple rooms in this mansion, right? And that was another thing. I thought it was going down in what I was calling the blue room, which was, you'll see with pictures when we get the rest of them back from the photographer, so much of the room was blue. And obviously we had like the blue dress code. So I was like, oh, like I think they're doing it in there. Dottie did say the library, but why I was connecting the library to the blue room, it was just, I had just never been there, right?
Right.
But Gage had said, like, I know she loves to read, and I just think, like, the library would be so special. And it was. Like, it was so special.
Oh, it was perfect.
It was perfect. It was magical.
And even just, like, be able to climb the stairs, because the blue room was on the main level, right?
Yeah, so it would have been, like, right when you walked in, which we really wouldn't have been ready for that, because that was the thing. Okay, so with us not knowing where everything was at, yes, Dottie said we'd be climbing flights of stairs, but when we walked up on it, it was a surprise.
I think everybody except me.
It was a surprise
thought that
to
there
all
was
of us.
one more like flight of stairs or something to go up. Like we thought we were rounding the curved stairs one more time, but then like as I got up to the top of the stairs, like there it was, like the G and the K, and then I'm like.
So I think we would have worked harder to get out of the background of some of the pictures. Like the photographer was probably like, y'all are right there. Cause we walked up on it and then I was like trying to get out the way. I'm like, oh no. And I would have taken your phone earlier. Cause Gage like handed me your phone in the midst and I was just like, oh boy. So then I'm trying to hide in the corner, you know, and Lenith would have known to get ahead of y'all and go ahead and get set up. Like we just didn't know, but it was fun. I mean, that's just the rawness of it all.
Of course.
It's like we're all just doing our best. We're all
and
just
it was
like,
perfect.
We're seriously in these streets, bae.
We're in these streets,
and
bae.
like we're hooping and
with these
hollering.
rocks.
No, with these rooks. So that was phenom. And then I got it on video, or I think I thought I started the video and I didn't. But Kaylee looked at me and she goes, there is no 5K. Because if y'all know the story, if you watch the toast of Claudia thinking like there was a 5K, they were like training for this 5K. She hired
There was
a
like
running
with other
coach.
comedians and they were like,
just a hilarious
literally
story.
look it up on TikTok so you can laugh as hard as we did about the whole thing because it will completely make sense. They're like making all these plans and then Jackie's like, Claudia, they haven't given a location for the 5K. Like, I don't actually think. And Claudia's like, by the way, there is no 5K. There is no 5K. And so when I got to the top of the stairs, I think me, you, and Gage almost at the exact same time, or maybe we sounded like each other's echoes, but we were all like, there is no 5K. It was so, and that leading, like that being so swirly. Like first we were going to go to a swirly event, the Sprint Society, and then it still being so swirly coded with us just being like, there's no 5K.
It was insanely swirly coded.
It was insanely swirly coded.
I'm just hoping we got that on, that Lenny had it going because I got it right when you said
I think he did
5K. Like I didn't get the
there is no 5K.
And I was like so disappointed within myself. Like how could I just I should have just left my phone videoing the whole time. Like why did I stop it?
Don't worry. I don't want you to be disappointed about a single thing. Like I'm serious.
No, seriously, Kaylee, thank you so like sweetly. Like that was Mick Hilaire.
So
but I what was I gonna wait. Okay. So yeah, so then the engagement, whatever.
The engagement, whatever.
The engagement. No, I'm just like
what?
I'm going in my brain.
I'm like, do I need to say now what happened? But I'm 100% gonna cry again.
Well, I need to tell them like what I did.
Oh, go ahead.
Or like, should I tell them about all the suspicions you had?
No. Let's finish the engagement and then we'll talk about my suspicions.
So
we walk upstairs.
Are you taking over right now? Let me know because I'm gonna drink some water.
Yeah. We get upstairs. Okay, I'll tell this and then we'll go back to what I kind of thought in my mind. And I am just like, and I think we got all of this on video. I'm just like, what? And I'm so overwhelmed. And I like see pictures of us scattered throughout the room and like these beautiful flowers. And then Gage like takes me over by the window and he's just like, y'all, I knew that I was trying so hard like to stay present and not literally black out. Like I felt like I was trying to hang on to every single word, but at the same time I couldn't even like process that. I was just like, I think he said, I love you so much. Like, I've loved you since the day I met you. I've known that I wanted to marry you. Like, will you marry me? I think there was more. Okay, so you know what he said.
In the midst of the proposal was like, I'm blacking out. I'm blacking out. And I'm like, don't black out. Be a sober queen.
Yeah, like, okay. Like I was.
I just like felt like I needed to say something though because like it was so quiet, which was so special. But like I started doing the Clemson chant, which made me like I needed to check myself. I was like woo-hoo, and then I stopped because I was about to be like woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, K-O-A-Y-L-E. Like I was just about to, and I was just like, Beth Anne, stop.
Wait, you're so funny. I didn't really notice at all.
Okay, I have it on video.
I wouldn't have like heard anything.
No, I know.
I was so, and then I see the ring, but like, you know, it's kind of like when you get a card from someone and like, you know, there's going to be money and you want to try to like play it off like, okay, I'm not just opening this card for the money.
Yeah.
So like whenever he asked me to marry him, like I didn't want to just stare at the ring the whole time. Cause I'm like, obviously like, I know I'm getting the ring. Like I'll look at the ring in a second. Like I need to enjoy this moment with him.
You're so mindful.
Was trying to be.
You're like not materialistic
and I'm
at
just
all.
like, and I'm just like, ah. And it was so crazy. And then I'm like, the ring. And it's essentially exactly, except way more and better than what I thought that I loved.
Mm-hmm.
But it essentially is almost exactly what I tried on that I was like so enamored with and and I think it was so obvious to him how obsessed I was with that ring that we tried on that one time we went shopping, even though he had told me, I want to go one more time, like to just feel good about it and like make sure so you can see other things. I know that was really overwhelming that first time that we went, but like the whole time he knows like that was the one she loved. And that's the one that he got. And it's just so crazy to me. And like I had no idea, and I cannot believe that the day you bought the ring, I'm like, did you go to Tiffany? Hey, do you want to shut up? You want to shut up?
I know, Kaylee, you're so
I would have curb stomped me if I would have known.
I was just like,
I'm so sorry. So these are the things, y'all. As we've mentioned, I've already threatened everyone within 2 inches of their life. Don't you dare tell me. Don't you dare let the cat out of the bag. I think I just wanted it to be like so. I think maybe I was just challenging you, like how creative can you get? I don't know, right?
I tell you
so I didn't even have an inkling. Again, I did not even
Mind you, Claudia was in on this. Like,
oh my gosh.
Texted or DM'd on TikTok. Like this whole story. It was so funny because I gave her like so many details. I started to think about us putting their faces on something. I was like, do I need to like ask consent? I started thinking if roles were reversed, and I know it's
somebody
always so
like
special,
was hosting an event with the Brice girls that didn't exist.
I would just be like, but it was all in good faith.
It's not that deep.
Good fun. It was just wasn't that deep.
It's not that deep, right? No one else knew. You know what I mean? It was
it was only us.
It wasn't like we were announcing
and like
to
the
the world.
sign that we put outside the venue, you had to have a code to get in the venue anyway. So like no one was going to see it. I mean, it was hilarious. Yeah. And we needed one more thing to make you think because I kept saying Kaylee's going to hear that it's going to be silent. Should we just put a speaker up there, whatever? But I didn't want the music to drown out your reaction or. So I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. She's going to get there and she's going to know. Someone, before they get engaged, there has to be a moment before they get engaged that they know they're getting engaged. Let the silence be the moment. Like, I was just like, whatever.
All of it adds up to the moment. And like, I was RSVPing to this event, having absolutely no idea it was a cover-up for my engagement. Like, didn't even cross my mind. Nothing ever, ever, ever crossed my mind that it was even this soon. And like, I'm saying this soon, even though we've been together 3.5 years. I'm just saying I did think we were going shopping again. All this stuff.
Time flies when having fun.
So Tuesday, we went to Atlanta. Okay, so we got engaged Friday. I can't believe I'm saying that. We got engaged Friday. Tuesday, we went to Atlanta to see our esthetician, which I learned Beth Anne had been trying to get me an appointment before that.
I was trying to get us an appointment about 3 weeks before the engagement so that her Botox, because, you know, we get Botox in our forehead and our crow's feet. And then Kaylee will sometimes get it for her masters because she grinds her teeth. And I was just like, I wanted her to look so glow. You know how Botox really just like smooths the skin and you just look so glowy? There's nothing like it.
Like you right now, truly.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see you frown. Oh my gosh, it's not moving.
I think it's the
slick back.
Yeah. Plug to Jen Cobbs. If anyone is in the Atlanta area, we go to SkinCeuticals, Skin Lab in Atlanta, the heart of Atlanta. It's like Piedmont Road or something. We see Jen Cobbs. She'll never do anything. Y'all, I have not touched my lips in it's like been 2 years. I got lip filler one time 2 years ago. Haven't touched them. We'll sometimes occasionally do a lip flip, but that's really just like Botox and it goes away. But yeah, I mean, she won't do anything that doesn't look natural. They've stayed, they've stuck. She's just, I mean, she's so freaking amazing and good. So that's who we had just gone to see. But yeah, so I was trying to get that a little bit earlier. But
I didn't do anything that would make me bruise or anything. I was just doing my little preventatives.
I knew that if you asked for a if you did lip filler, I was going to talk you out of it. And then if you did,
and I've never done lip filler,
no,
so
there was nothing that you were going to get that was going to ruin your face.
Yeah.
But Kaylee and Gage had a trip planned to Kentucky, and they didn't have any appointments before y'all's trip. So this was just the best we could do, but it was still perfect.
It was perfect. So we go to Atlanta and we meet one of our friends for lunch. And honestly, I just remember I was standing in line. This is how it even just all got started. Not me thinking that I was going to get engaged at all whatsoever, but I had done builder's gel on my nails, okay, that week before with my grandfather when he took me. I'm getting this navy blue builder's gel on my nails, so short because I'm like on my nail health journey. And I'm looking down and like they're grown out. Like it already looked grown out. And I don't know if it's just my nails were actually growing fast or whatever.
I think you just did a darker color so it looked like growing out.
Maybe so. It was more stark. And I just kind of thought like, would it be crazy if I went and got my nails done again? That's kind of wasteful. Gaga just paid for them for me. Like, it was so special that he got them for me. So I was like, I want to keep my nails. But then I was thinking about my dress and about what I was wearing to this event, and I wanted it to be swirly, and I wanted to just look elegant, like you were literally telling me, even though I love the color blue. And part of the reason that I got blue nails is because it was a blue event. Like, you have to know my thought process.
Of course.
So I bring it up to Beth Anne. I go sit down with Beth Anne and our friend Griffin, and I'm like, y'all, like my nails, Beth Anne, I kind of feel like my nails are grown out, but like, is that
I
crazy?
had already told Griffin, why are my nails looking like they're already like growing out? Because honestly, mine looked the same, and he did not know yet about your engagement, and so he was just like, "Oh, just go get them redone."
I remember him saying, "Just go today."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Wait, yeah," and then you were like, "Wait, yeah," and it still didn't dawn on me like could be an engagement. I was just like, "Okay," and we were in the car, and y'all, this is just my mind swirling. Like, I never read a message. I never went rummaging through anyone's things. No one ever slipped up until they did, but like, so this is 3 days before. I have no idea. I start thinking, because I'd listened to the toast that day, or the day before, whatever it was, and I'm like, well, Claudia and Jax are supposed to be in Charleston Friday, but Claudia's literally going to LA for like a month, and she's like, I just keep thinking she has this newborn baby. Is she going to fly back to Charleston just for the day? But also Jax is about to pop. She's 9 months pregnant or something. And I just was thinking about it, but I'm like, they're literally business swirlies. They'll hop on a flight.
100%.
But then I was also like, Claudia's not going to do that. She would be like,
I was shocked that Claudia had even gone to LA because, you know, she's so big on like not going places. Like she's postpartum. She's like, no, like I'm at home. Like I just moved.
yes, like ask me to go, but I'm not going to go kind of thing.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. But it's just in my brain. And then I think on the way home, you were like, I mean, we could go to the place by the house. I think we closed at like 7 or something. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm thinking about that. And then it's dawning on me that my brother is home, even though when I knew that he was coming home, it wasn't a surprise. Like, for me, I didn't think anything of it. But then I started thinking, nobody told me he was coming home. So then I'm like, was it trying to be a surprise? So I'm just going through all this in my brain. Like, all these little things.
Us not telling you that Chase was coming, I had no idea you didn't know Chase was coming home. That was not supposed to be a
know.
secret.
I figured that. I just don't think anybody...
Like you were just in Kentucky for like quite literally a week. Oh my gosh, a week. And I don't know how we didn't talk about that.
So at this point, I'm just thinking, okay, if I were to get engaged this weekend, but I'm like thinking, wait, actually, Kaylee, you're being so delusional. Like this is so crazy. You're not. Like there's no way. Then I was like, but maybe I am, and maybe it's like after the Sprit Society event because I would already be dressed up. And then I'm thinking in my brain, like, wait. Okay, just in case I actually need to go get my nails redone because I want like a French elegant moment. Like I'd been saying that, even though at the same time I'd been saying that I was on a nail
can
health
I
journey.
tell them about the one little moment that we had on Tuesdays?
Yes, but
I know you're not proud of it.
I'm not proud of it.
I know you don't want me to talk about it. But you're literally just human.
I'm just human, y'all.
And it was just a freak out because you just weren't expecting it so soon.
So me and Beth Anne were on a walk, and we were about to just walk over to the nail salon because there's one near our house. And then I started thinking, y'all, I just got overwhelmed.
Well,
And I
so a
was
few
like-
weeks ago, we went to the lake at Gage's, right? And we're on the lake, me, Angelina, Ryan, and Gage, and Kaylee. And we started talking about the cut of ring that Kaylee wants and how they're going to go shopping one more time and how, like, she tried on, 2 carat, kind of wanted to go a little bit bigger, whatever. Sorry, I can't help that. Got big hands. And get it from my daddy. So, she had no reason to believe that it would be this soon because we're all so heavy on it being next year, really, is kind of just like what we're all talking about. And so we're in the car. Okay. Now, I haven't even told you this. I don't think. On the way home from our esthetician appointment, you guys, on Tuesday.
Oh.
And I see Kaylee hitting one of these. She's looking at her left hand a lot. And if you're not watching right now, just put your hand out and start like looking at it like you're looking at your ring. That's what she was doing. And I'm driving, and out of my peripheral, I'm honestly getting pissed off, which I know is better than being pissed on, so I'm okay about it. But I was just like, she knows. And like all this effort, like that I had put in. But like, no, Kaylee, don't feel bad. No, I knew you were going to start feeling bad. Don't feel bad. You're just a human being. You're just a person. I was feeling bad because I felt like a failure.
No.
But I know that I shouldn't. Just stop, Kaylee. Kaylee and I have already apologized to each other so many times about how like
But they need to hear it too. Listen, I just lost my train of thought actually, so I don't know what I was about to say. That I've already said I'm hyper aware. Mm-hmm. So it would have been out of character for me to not think for a split second, oh my gosh, could I be? Mm-hmm. Y'all. So we get home, we're about to go to the nail salon, and I'm like, Beth Anne, you would not let me get engaged with dark blue short nails, right? Like they already look grown out. Like, please, like I'm not telling you to tell me, but you wouldn't let me, right? Like, so I don't have to worry, or I don't. But then I'm rambling.
Moment,
I'm like freaking out.
What am I
like
gonna say?
panicking.
I'm gonna be like, yeah, you should just go get your nails done.
I know.
Boom.
I put
Now
you in an impossible situation, and I'm sorry. And I've said it so many times, but I'll never forgive myself.
Kaylee, I mean, I'm gonna be the same way. I'm probably gonna be worse than you. I'm gonna be planning it myself, I'm sure. But I know, and you also were just kind of like, Beth Anne, tell me right now, And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is not happening. Like, there's no way this is happening. Like,
I'm like, Beth Anne, tell me right now.
She's like, tell me right now. Like, oh my gosh, am I getting engaged? Like, tell me right now. Like, I have to get my nails done. But in my head, I'm like, I don't want you to go get your nails done because Gaga took us to get our nails done thinking he was getting you your engagement nails. Let's just laugh about this later. Your engagement nails don't matter as much as your wedding nails. And those you'll know about and you'll pick yourself. So it's just like, I wanted it to stop. And I wanted to be over, and I'm pacing around the house. I'm fixing the blankets on the couch.
You're fluffing the pillows.
I'm fluffing the pillows.
You're going to get like the dog's food, and I'm just standing there like my mind is swirling, and I'm like,
But I knew that she had already been Snapchatting Ryan. You were Snapchatting Ryan in the car on the way home, and she was like, Ryan, I think I'm getting engaged this weekend. Tell me right now. I think I'm getting engaged this weekend. It'll be our little secret. You tell me right now. Nobody else is going to tell me. You're the only one that's going to tell me. And I'm just like, I saw you voraciously. You were hiding your front from me. You were hiding your front from me. You were hiding your front from me. We were in the car. I'm looking at you. Look at your left hand. I'm irritated. And then you're turning over and your phone's like this and you're keeping your hand like this. Like you're a boyfriend cheating. And I'm like,
I wanted you to keep going, obviously, with all the surprises. And like, I didn't know any details. I just was like, oh my God, I think I'm getting engaged. And me and Ryan, that's how we talk to each other though. Like we always say, like, if we're going to get like Papa John's, like something naughty, we're like, it'll be our little secret. So that's why I was like, Ryan, but I know he's not going to tell me. And he's like, oh my God, Hooch, you literally know that I would tell you. Like, oh my God, like no one has told me. Like, and you know that I would be there. So there's no freaking way, Kaylee. Like, there's no way. And I'm like, no, literally, I'm so embarrassed. I'm being delusional. Please, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by. And I didn't talk about it anymore.
I know you didn't. And I knew that you were done talking about it because at that point, you knew that you were, because Kaylee looked at me in the kitchen and she goes, Chase came home. I said, I'm like,
Gage got a haircut.
Gage got a haircut. And I'm like, Gage
Claudia
always gets
is
a
in
haircut.
LA.
And I'm just looking at her, all the flashing memories and emotions and like the planning is going through my head. And I'm like, I'm I'm like, how could I possibly expect like us putting it on Claudia and Jax? I never expected them to like come like not share about their own lives.
Right.
So I knew this was a risk we were running, but I was like, there's no way that like she talks about being out of town. There's no way she's going to go out of town. I was saying she because Jax doesn't have TikTok, and so I didn't message her on anything. But I was just like, whatever, it's going to be fine. So as you're saying all of this and you're figuring it out, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I didn't know what to do with like my face. Because it's one thing like for Ryan to receive Snapchats from you and he has time. He can say whatever he wants. He can pick his facial expressions. He can pick the words. But I'm getting told to my face what I've planned and what is supposed to be a surprise. And I'm just like, holy guacamole.
If I could have taken one beat, if I was by myself, say you had already left the house, I would have talked myself down.
No, but I know it was coming from a place of panic a little bit because you're like, and you said to me, you were like, I did not expect it to be this soon. Oh my God, I did not expect it to be soon. Now, Kaylee and I could not stop laughing because we got in the shower later that night. Yeah, we showered together. What about it?
Yeah.
And so we get in the shower and you're like, no, you're like, I'm sorry, Beth Anne. Like, I was being so crazy. Like, I was being so crazy. I put you in an impossible situation. Like, I'm so crazy. Because we had gone on our walk later and she was like, apologizing. And I said, oh, it was just your first stab.
Beth Anne's like, you're fine, Kaylee. It was just your first stab at it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Because I had never pried, like ever. Like I did not want to do that because that's just you ruining your own surprise. What happened is my brain started doing like, that meme where the guy's like doing the math equations and it's up on the green chalkboard. Like that's what was happening in my brain, like a whole science experiment. And it was just like, oh God, oh my God, oh my God. Mind you, I still was like, maybe Claudia's gonna like catch a flight in the morning.
Or maybe because I thought about just texting you or calling you and being like, oh my gosh, like, is Claudia not coming anymore? Like, is she not coming anymore? And then like maybe reaching out to Lexi and see if she could ask like who's gonna be hosting if the girls aren't there, and then sending us a response. But at that point, like you had already gone to get your nails redone. So I'm like, okay, she knows. And just like us knowing each other so well and like your aura and your just like attitude and like freaking out about what you were going to wear and like just wanting me to self-tan you. I was just like, I'm going to stop. She knows. She doesn't know that it's in place of the event. She just knows that it'll be this weekend. I'm just going to let that be enough. So we're on the way. Oh, no. This one was so funny. So we get in the shower. We're dying laughing. Because how could you expect me to not? Like, I mean, I'm dying laughing. And I'm telling her, I'm like, listen, it really hurt me to see how excited you were and to see your giddiness about possibly getting engaged.
I'm
and
crying.
Like, it's upsetting me so badly because I don't want you to be let down. We're still going to have such a great weekend, but I promise you're not getting engaged. And I am sorry for making you somehow feel like you were. I understand where you're coming from. Like if I was in a waiting season also, I would just kind of get like suspicious of everything. But I love you so much. It's not this weekend. I promise we'll get on Ozempic before you get engaged. And Kaylee's like, no, literally, yeah, like I'm so crazy. Like I know that like Chase came home to eat mom's spaghetti. Like I know that. Or to eat mom's lasagna.
Yeah. In the family group chat, when Chase was on his way home, he was like, hey, I'm coming home to eat mom's lasagna. I'm like, 100%.
And then Kaylee's like, no, I know Chase came home to eat mom's lasagna. And that just absolutely took me out because I'm like, why did he say that?
Everyone was saying a little bit too much to cover their tracks.
And I kept trying to tell people. I said, Mom, we're the only ones that know she's getting engaged. This is earlier on before you knew. So I'm like, if anything, like any response that we have, Kaylee's mind is not going to go to, I'm getting engaged this weekend. Like,
no.
Chase, why can't Chase just come home because he hasn't been home in 5 months? Like, let that be enough.
Yes,
like,
he had a bye week. I just thought he was coming
to,
home because he had a bye week.
Why does he have to eat mom's spaghetti,
right.
mom's lasagna?
So
Lenise said one of the cameras is running hot. Which camera is running hot? Oh. Mine? Well, I'm the speaker of the event. Do we need to take a beat? A beat won't do it? What does running hot mean? It's getting overwhelmed?
It's overheating.
It's overheating.
Well, I don't want it to blow.
It's just going to cut off.
Okay. I mean, if we lose it, we still have our wide frame. We're fine. So,
can you still clip with the wide frame? All right, y'all. We might need to wrap this puppy up. I think we've been talking for a really long time, by the way.
We have. I
and
hope
by we,
y'all-
I mean I.
Huh?
Huh?
He gave you an eye.
No. I said by we, I mean I. Like, I've just been like,
oh my gosh,
talking so
no.
much.
I feel like, yeah.
But I mean, we are almost done anyway. We're literally down to the last few details.
Yes, we're down to the last few details. So
So-
I'm just explaining kind of my little things that I was putting together in my brain. So Gage was, I knew that Scott and Dottie, Gage's parents, were going to be in Charleston because they had already told me a couple weeks ago. I was like, we're going to go. When I told them about the event, I was like, y'all, I was like, my favorite swirlies are hosting an event. So we're going to go to Charleston for that. Like, I can't wait to see Cruz, my nephew. Whatever. And Dottie was like, oh my God, I'm going that weekend. I think I might have to go down a day before for work, but hopefully while we're there, we can like meet up and just all go do something together. She's like, we can go to a haunted house. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. And I'm like, I don't know what time the event's going to get over. It says 1 to 3 on the invitation. And like, I know we always talk way too long. I don't know if we'd end up going to dinner with somebody after. Like, I don't want to commit to anything Friday night. She's like, well, I cannot commit to anything until after 7 p.m. anyway, because I'm going to be with my boss. We're going to be visiting. And I'm like,
You just started thinking.
I just started thinking like
7 p.m.
7 p.m. But even though she does work late, I
Yeah.
didn't think 7 p.m. was so crazy. But
Just
at
the
one
fact
point
that
it was
they were
like,
gonna be there.
at one point it was like, let's go to a haunted house. Then it was like, she's going to work late. And I'm like, I'm just taking inventory. And then Gage was like, yeah, mom and dad, because I didn't realize that they actually did go a day before or whenever they got there. I don't know. I was like, wait, your parents are already in Charleston. And he was like, yeah, dad went down with her too, just because like, you know, got to get him out of the house. But it's like not weird because he always goes to Charleston with Dottie and he goes on plenty of work trips. So I'm like, wait, why is he explaining? Like, of course I know why Scott. So then I'm like, okay, he doesn't want me to think anything. Obviously I think something.
Yes, of course.
So, but Gage, the day before, the day leading up, like
He was laying down in the bed, chilling, scrolling on his phone, getting ready, just goes to the couch.
it was
on his
like we
phone
were
more.
getting ready to go to Kroger.
Yeah,
I had-
literally.
No inkling.
He was so cool, calm, and collected.
I don't think he was nervous until he was like began to speak. The actual proposal. But it was just funny. So me and Gage drive down Thursday because the proposal was Friday, and I was like, can we please listen to the Swirlies? Honestly,
And
because
he
I
was
wanted
irritated because the day before she had already mentioned about being like Trudy Wood going to LA, and he had listened, and
oh really?
or he knew that like she was going to talk about not being or like being in LA.
Oh.
So
yeah.
when he told me, he was like, whenever she asked, I was like, can we maybe not, like I don't really want to.
No.
Oh,
When I was like, can we listen to the toast? Whatever. He was like, oh my God, of course. And he wasn't gonna say no.
yeah.
So literally on that episode, she's like, I mean, I don't even have a return flight home. So I don't know. And I'm like, but I'm kind of looking at Gage as she's saying this.
He probably felt you looking at him because I felt you looking at me for every little thing.
Well, you probably just thought, but he didn't flinch.
No, I didn't just think like
He,
we were low key. We were passive aggressive for 48 hours. Like
me and you.
Not really, but like I knew that you knew, and obviously you knew.
You
that
were
I'm
so
keeping
mad
you
at me for wanting vitamin E oil for my cuticles. You're like, why do you need vitamin E oil?
I
I'm
was
like,
just like, just say it. Don't ask me for vitamin E oil. You never asked me for vitamin E oil. Why are you asking me for vitamin E oil?
no, because whenever you're doing my self tan, you use vitamin E oil to get that little bad spot off.
Yeah, I know, but I was gonna respond to you and be like, I don't have vitamin E oil, but I have cuticle oil, and I just decided not to.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you bought that. I knew when y'all were at the grocery store, all right, here goes it. So we're on the way. I've already told y'all we got there late.
Me and Gage obviously drove separate. We listened to the toast. I'm just giddy.
No, you're giddy on them. But Kaylee calls me at like 9 p.m.
Me and Gage had already gone to Mexican. I'm like taking Snapchats like last dinner before I'm a fiance, like saving them just literally for my eyes only. Like I'm having a good
They
time.
go to Walmart. I'm like, what are you getting at Walmart? Also, when you called me, like asked us what we were doing in Walmart, we were not getting a rotisserie. We got barbaritos before we left. We were getting, I needed stuff for the back of my heels. I needed tape for the, I needed tape for the Polaroid pictures we were doing at your engagement party. And I cannot remember what else I needed, but we got road snacks. But we were mainly there to get stuff for the party.
Literally, I called Beth Anne on the way. She's like, no, like, we're stopping in Walmart. Like, we literally just need a rotisserie to, like, eat on the way. And Gage was like, they're so funny for doing that, but it's not abnormal because me and Beth Anne do that. Like,
Well, we did
I'm
walk
hungry, I
in
need
and
some protein, go get me a rotisserie.
No, Lenith was like, let's just get a rotisserie, but we had already ordered like DoorDash.
Did you really?
Burritos. We had already ordered burritos to the house.
So,
It's so funny. All right, so Lenith and I take back roads, okay? I got second shift, so it's dark. it's like so dark actually.
Yeah.
And I see all these these
Police-
blue lights,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, Lenith, is that a roadblock? I've never been at a roadblock before,
Me
but
either.
I've always just like seen on the movies that they're just so intense and they like question you, and I just got like nervous. I don't know. There's nothing like being nervous about. But
when you're not doing something wrong, you just feel like you're doing something wrong.
well, I was anxious because I was like, was I speeding back there? Like I didn't know if like I just didn't know.
You're like, did someone call about my car? I was speeding and all these
Well,
cops are...
that thought. So what happened? See, what had happened was there was like an 18-wheeler, like box car thing in front of us that they waved on through. Like if anybody's gonna be smuggling some drugs, it's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they just waved them through like so casually. But then like 3 cops flashed their flashlights at our car. And I'm like, oh. And it made my stomach hurt. And so I'm like, okay. Y'all, I'm on the phone with Kaylee. And I was going to hang up on you. I went to hang up on you, but then I got anxious. I didn't
he
want
was
him
going to like be on your phone or whatever.
and he was like, have you been on your phone? So he didn't say that. I'm saying like that he was going to ask me. And like, I just, like I'm getting tight chest thinking about it. So I just didn't touch anything. I just left it. We were just on the phone. But I did forget that we were on the phone because I was a little bit blacked out from like just being nervous.
Yeah.
Because it looked like the other cop was like walking around my car. It just looked like they were like inspecting us. And I'm like, did someone call about the high country speeding down the left lane? Because
Right.
like I didn't like really speed, but I know that I am guilty of that sometimes. Like I've gotten a lot of speeding tickets, but that's the reason why I try to just go on cruise control now. Regardless, y'all, this sweet cop is like, hey, yeah, no, totally. Like, let me see your license. Like, we're just making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, that's all.
And I'm at the self-checkout and I'm like holding on with bated breath, whatever that phrase is. I'm so scared. My heart's racing because I'm like, I hope everything's okay. I hope everyone's okay. I hope there's not a murderer out on the loose. And that's the reason that Beth Anne, they're stuck at this roadblock. Like everyone's in danger. So I'm like not hanging up because I want to make sure you're okay.
But we thought maybe that you were distracted. Okay, no, actually, I was just hoping that you were distracted and didn't really hear it because when I looked at Lenith and I was like, do you think she heard me? He was like, no. And I was like, he goes, that's what you want to hear, right? I said, y'all, the cop takes my ID. I don't know why he had to initiate this. And he goes, and now, why did he remember this?
Right.
Because Angelina drove through like 2 hours before me. But he goes, you're the second person, like he remembered, second person. You're the second person to drive through here with a license plate from this county. I mean, a license from this county. And I'm like, really?
So I heard that and I was like,
I'm like, that's so crazy.
My mom and dad?
And Lenith, of course, as we drive away, he's like, he was like, I was going to speak up and say, oh, like, that's crazy. But then I said, because I overdo everything, that is so crazy. Yep, no, we're all headed to an engagement party. So I'm sure it was one of those people on the phone with Kaylee. You guys?
Well, I heard there was a secret chord.
And while I'm hoping and praying that,
Okay, wait. So I'll be me with the phone on
Lenith,
speaker.
I want you to come show them what you looked like in the car.
walking
after it happened.
outside of Walmart.
Come right here. This is what,
So Beth Anne, you be you on that side. I'm going to be me on one side of the phone. Gage is on the other side of the phone because we're like making sure they're okay. I'm scared to death. We're walking outside of Walmart and I'm like this.
Meanwhile,
And
I'm thinking that she might just be distracted, not listening to us.
Okay, so now you say what you said.
Oh, yeah, no, totally. We're all headed to this engagement party. I'm sure it was somebody from around there.
So I'm going like this. I'm going, Mother in heaven, Lord above. And I look up and I'm going, okay. And I like kind of look down and I just act like I don't hear anything. Then I look back up at Gage and he's like, and we kind of keep walking and I'm just like, okay. What?
No, this is
Well, then they're dead silent.
and I'm like this.
Dead. I'm like, Beth Anne, are you okay?
No, you didn't find out until 45 seconds later. Yeah, it was 45 seconds later when you found out. Because remember, we were driving, and you were like, wait. And I was like, yeah. You guys, whole time silent. She's like, okay, we'll call you.
No, Kaylee hung up on us.
Everyone, no.
All I know is you
No.
didn't know for a smooth 45.
I think
No, I
you
didn't.
hung up on me because I was like trying to make sure you're okay, and then everything was silent, and I was like, okay. But I know what was going on the other end of the phone. Like, I was picturing Beth Anne and Laneith being like, because me and Beth Anne have done this before where we've said something to someone on the phone and then looked at each other like, and then we're dead silent because nobody knows what to say. So then I'm like, guys, I'm like, are you okay? Y'all, Beth Anne, was that a road, and I'm like getting so worried, I'm like getting choked up. And she's like,
Mind you guys, I'm pretty sure that there's like multiple tickets I haven't paid. So that was another thing that was going through my mind was like, oh great, they're gonna run my freaking license plate and see that I'm actually wanted. No, so I am shaking. I mean, I'm shaking. Like definitely Lenny saw me at my lowest ever lowest. I mean, I'm at the pit. I'm in the pit. Boo-hooing. I pull over to the nearest gas station. I put it in park. I put my feet up. Lenny's like, no, I'm going to drive. I'm like, you ain't got your contacts in. You're not driving anywhere. And he's like, okay, all right, what are you going to do? I'm like, what do you mean? What am I going to do? I'm like, you're not helping. I'm like, do you think she heard me? He's like, no. And I'm like, and he's like, that's what you wanted to hear. I'm like, oh no. And I start going through like all the, like, I'm just defeated.
I didn't care about hearing you because I already knew. I didn't want.
And he was like, you didn't change anything, Elizabeth. You didn't change anything. She knows she's getting engaged
I
tomorrow.
didn't want Gage to know that I knew.
So the next morning.
No, it was that next morning.
Yeah, but to wrap like this part up, I'm sorry, Lenny. I mean, we did. I made our trip so much longer, y'all. We really did sit there for like 35 minutes. Like, it was extensive. And I knew that, but I was so shook.
Did you call anyone in that moment?
No.
Yeah.
We rode in silence for like 20. And then I did call Rebecca. And I was like, I do have to tell you like what I just did. She immediately made me feel better. She started dying laughing.
I bet.
She started dying laughing. And like Lenny made me feel better in the moment too, because whenever he kept saying like, what? No, she did say the same thing you said, but whenever he was like, you didn't change anything, I was just kind of like, that's so true. Like, no, it's so true. Because I knew that Kaylee did know. The biggest thing was that Kaylee did not know her engagement was in place at the Sweet Society event, so we still got away with that surprise. And of course, it was a surprise to have everyone else there. Later, it was so funny to find out that the person that drove through was Angelina, because I called everyone and I'm like, did anyone get stopped at a roadblock? And Angelina was like, oh, I did. I pulled right up on that thing, whatever. So,
and then me just hearing those details, I'm like, oh, it's so
funny.
So when we got in the car, so after I hear, oh yeah, we're going to an engagement party, so it's probably just one of them. And I'm looking up in the stars, like, can't look at Gage. I'm looking down. Gage finally looks at me and is like, oh. And we don't say anything. And then I'm like, no, like, Gage. I'm like actually talking a million miles an hour about absolutely nothing just to fill the air on the way home. He looks like he's green and like about to throw up for like 15 seconds. And then he did shift because I think maybe he was just hoping that I really didn't hear it because I acted like I didn't hear it. And then it made me feel so guilty because I'm like, I feel like I'm lying to him, but also he's been lying to me. Like, it was all good. It was all in good.
It was.
Faith.
The next morning, whenever Kaylee decided, like, I'm going to go wash my hair because she wanted fresh hair for her engagement.
Would
that
you?
She knew about.
Would you?
No, I would.
Would you?
I would.
If you knew, would you go wash your hair? Also,
honestly,
Beth Anne,
I might have done a slick.
Beth Anne, my hair was greasy. Like, it was. I had to wash it. And I was sticky and sweaty after our walk.
Me, Gage, and Laneith are sitting out on the porch because, this house that I booked had a good, like, fun little porch, like, outside seating. It was really, really cute. And we're sitting out there, and I had been itching to know, did Kaylee hear me? I knew she did, but I was just like, maybe she really was distracted and, like, her phone was down or something. I said, Gage, does Kaylee know? And he goes,
well, somebody on the phone last night wanted to say that they're going to an engagement.
And I was like, defeated once again. But then I just had to clean it up. I was like, it's fine. He wasn't mad at me. We all did our best. We all tried our best.
It was beyond perfect.
I'm so glad that you already knew before that, because if we really did get up to that moment, I would have
no, Beth Anne.
like plucked my eyelashes out or
the
something.
The thing is, and I have said this, but truly, 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 I tell you how I feel is the moments of the engagement day were so fleeting, but at the same time, they weren't, because I had time like the day before to look at him and be like, wow, like this is the man that I'm going to marry. Like just to look at him and think about everything they put into it, even though I had no idea the extent of things that they put into it. I didn't know when it was going to be. I didn't know the circumstances. I was still like, I could be delusional. And so that was really special for me to have that time with him, just like thinking about it and like processing, because I feel like if I was getting ready that day before and my jitters were, and like my excitement was like meeting my swirlies and all these fun influencers, which I absolutely adore, and like one day I'll hug their necks, it just would have been different. And so I'm glad that it was centered around that moment, because it made it that more like a heartfelt. I don't know.
You were just able to like process a little bit. Like sometimes
I was able to process it a little bit, which it just ended. It just
and
was
to be
perfect.
honest, like though I picked out your dress and I picked out your shoes, and like I am glad that you were able to think to yourself, like, what do I want to look like? Like honestly, you got to do your hair, you got to do your makeup, because I didn't want to push anything too much.
I know.
Leading up to this, even about
Which
the
is
dresses,
why
I
you
was
were like,
trying to.
No, Beth, honestly, Kaylee, we'd be wasting our money. Like, we don't need to get our nails done. Like, they don't even look that bad. Like, we don't have time. And you were just going to let me get with the navy blue nails.
Because that's a better story. I knew that you wouldn't regret anything knowing Gaga took you.
I know. And I wouldn't have. The only thing was, since I had that inclination,
You were like, I do want to change my nails.
I do want to change my nails.
Another funny thing that I just remembered was Chase, because of course we had to tell everyone pretty much ASAP, because there was like less than 2 months, and with it being out of state for everyone, most people, and everyone having jobs like 9 to 5, it's like you have to let people know, your bosses know in advance. So a lot of people, it was like 40 people involved, had to keep it a secret, right? The locations, the careful what you say, the, Snapchatting with something in the background, just all of it, right? So Chase, I call him one Saturday.
Oh, I have to say something else, but keep going.
Like 3 weeks ago, I call him and I just want to talk. I just want to chat. I think he had a game like the day before on a Friday night. So it was like Saturday and I was just getting ready. We were going to go watch the Georgia game. And so whenever he was like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I'm here with Kaylee and Gage. I would always, if I didn't text someone beforehand that I was with Kaylee, I would say it. Like, I'm like, oh, like me and Kaylee, like me and
I know,
Kaylee.
like when you answered the phone from Angelina the morning of the engagement, and you're like, hey, me and Kaylee, or to walk in, we just like went to get.
But I knew I had to answer the phone because you saw that she was calling.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did.
They were calling me.
And I had no idea she was going to be there.
Angelina was calling me because I had sent a text to all the girls saying, please track my location. Do not go to because we were going to breakfast and getting coffee, but I didn't know where we were going. And we were just walking around. And mind you, everyone's staying in the same area, like in Charleston. So I'm like, I just don't want to run into anyone at breakfast or coffee. Please track my location, make sure we're not in the same place. But because I had already deleted all my text messages about this weekend, I texted in the wrong group chat.
And apparently it went to my phone.
And you were in it. So then I took Kaylee's phone and deleted the message. And she never knew.
No
so
idea.
It was perfect. So Angelina was calling me to say, get Kaylee's phone and delete that message. But Kaylee saw that Angelina was calling and I was like, oh God, I can't ignore it. Like it was just like I had to answer. So no, I call Chase, whatever, and I'm like, oh, Kaylee and Gage, and we're getting ready to go watch the Georgia game. And he mentioned about Chase. He mentioned about himself and his girlfriend. He was like, something about him and his girlfriend coming to Charleston.
Mm-hmm. But I never heard this.
But Kaylee didn't hear it, but I thought she did. So then, so I pause for a very long time, and I'm just thinking.
And apparently, Gage heard it.
I'm like,
Gage's butthole's tight.
I'm like, what could I come up with about Chase and Ryan going to Charleston, other than they talked about possibly moving to Charleston? So after the call, I thought I needed to go ahead and say something. So I was like, dang, I guess like they're not going to go to Charleston. Like, I guess that's not where they're going to move. Like maybe maybe they are going to do Florida. But in my head, I'm like, Kaylee definitely just heard that, and she's starting to piece things together.
I didn't.
It was just like because we all knew the
because
truth.
you
we
knew
were just
it was
thinking,
like, yeah, that's the feeling that I'm not looking forward to with planning yours, is just feeling like every time you look at me, you know that I'm lying to you.
yeah. And I was nervous about, all right, how much do I talk about dress shopping? Because whenever I did the whole blue attire, I was like, oh, I knew you were going to say that we should just wear the blue dresses we wore to the poppy party for our birthday. But we didn't really look good from the side in those because they poke out.
Yeah.
And while they're so cute, you also just like want to have something that you only wear once for your engagement. Like,
Yeah.
So whenever you suggested that, and then I shot that down and said that mine didn't fit anymore, I have no idea if it fits, but it was tight. I just was like, I don't want her to think I'm obsessing over ordering these dresses, but like I am.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't.
I ordered like 17 dresses,
Yeah.
Kaylee, and 2 of them fit.
Yeah.
Like it was a big deal. And so
It was a big deal. And
my
you
gosh,
did so
it
good.
was-
And none of that was out of the blue because you are out of the ordinary.
I
because
always man stuff like that.
you always are on top of stuff like that.
I mean, other than that, I feel like that's like the story. Are missing any other details? I mean, obviously there's all the funny details about like our friends keeping it a secret and like Kaylee calling Ryan.
Oh, I called Ryan like on my way Thursday to Gage's because we were leaving to go to Charleston from there. And he was talking to me and he was talking a million miles an hour about something. And he was like, no, I literally said like when I get back on Saturday. And I was like, when he gets back on Saturday.
Like, where's he going?
Where's he going? But then his location still said Athens because I was checking his location.
He switched it to his iPad.
He switched it to his iPad at his house. But then when I opened a Snapchat from him that morning and he was in white bed sheets, I was like, no, he doesn't have white bed sheets and like not that much white because like he has pillows that have colors. I was like, oh yeah, no. But he was like, no. He was like, I literally got the headboard out of it because the headboard was orange. Like
I told him, I was like, just don't Snapchat her.
I know.
Just don't.
But I don't know. But then when I saw his location was still in Athens, I was like,
He's just somewhere.
okay. Anyway, there are so many things. Whenever we left the, so I got engaged and we took our pictures and then Lenise was still holding on tight. He was doing so good. He was like, y'all, we got in the car. He's like, y'all, are we going to get something to eat? Like, I'm so hungry. And Gage's like, no, yeah, like I am too. But nobody else said anything about like where we were going to go.
Well,
like,
because
what are y'all in
Gage
the
was
mood
like,
for?
well, my sister told me that we could get a free meal at Poogan's.
Yeah, no, nobody said anything. And then Gage just started driving, and I was like, I love this. There's another surprise. I'm very obsessed with this. It's just, but I'm thinking it's just our families because, like, you know. And then we get to
Meanwhile, I'd already told Kaylee, like, no, like, mom and dad aren't here. Like, I'm sorry. I thought that we could just go visit them tomorrow. Afterwards, you told me you didn't want anyone here. And she was like, was I too picky? Like, right after she gets engaged, she's like, where's mom and dad? And I'm like, well, I just figured we could just go see them tomorrow, like, on our way home. And she was like, what? Wait, what? And I'm like, it's okay. I have something very special planned. It's going to be great when we see them.
And Lenny, I saw this coming, and I'm like, no. But I'm trying not to be sad because I'm not sad. Oh my God, I just got engaged. But I'm like, I just feel like I need to see my parents, and I don't know. I feel like we're being so long-winded. But before this whole thing, I had just told Gage, like, whenever we get engaged, I just don't want it to be in like a public place where there could be randoms in the pictures. Like, you know, I just don't want that. People do that. I don't want that. I don't want to be in a group of people where everyone's talking and then all of a sudden you look at me and you start having this speech and everyone hears it. And like, I know that he wouldn't really like that either. Like, we're kind of more private in that way. Like, I'm not a huge PDA. Like, I just don't, like, I don't know. I just thought we could see our friends and family right after. Or they could be watching from a distance, but I didn't want to know that everyone was right there. That was my whole thing. Whatever. So we left. We're on the way. Everyone, Lenny is trying to like make it seem like we're casually going somewhere to eat. Anyway, Gage just starts driving somewhere, and I'm like, okay, so there's a plan. We get to this parking deck, and then I'm like, wait, what are we eating? And Gage is like, oh, my sister said we can just come and like get a free meal. After like, and I was like, oh, period. And then I was thinking, okay, well, like if his family is here, of course mine is. And like I started to feel so much peace. I had no idea that I was going to be walking into so many of my best friends from Washington, D.C., Charlotte, here, which is a 5-hour drive, you know, just everybody there. And I was just so completely overwhelmed. And like, I'll never, ever stop being overwhelmed in like literally the best way. And it was the best day of my life, and I would not change a single thing. It was flooding, and like I know that made everyone else's day really stressful, but I personally was great, and it did not rain on my parade.
No.
And
I love you so much. Sorry, I was on my phone, like
No, that's
looking at like all the pictures because I just sent so many to mom and dad, and they were responding, and then I just like got lost in my.
no, it was just perfect, and I just
so
can't
glad
thank
you felt
you and
so.
Mom and Dottie and Ashley and Rebecca and Ryan and everybody. Like, I just can't thank everyone enough ever.
No, it was so fabulous. It was so perfect. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but y'all just have to keep up with our socials for a few weeks because I think we might be posting.
We might be posting
while.
gear. We got a lot of BTS gear.
We do have a lot of BTS. Seriously, dare I say that's our show?
I mean, I feel like I could just keep going and going and going and going, but I'm being so crazy.
No, this has been so
honestly,
fun.
if we have any questions, like open up the comments. Like, I mean, the comments are always open, but if you have any specific questions, that way maybe on the next app we can like answer some questions. I feel like my mind is just swirling, and I've talked about it so much that maybe I did miss a detail, but I think it'd be fun if Gage came on for an app.
That would be fun.
We just have
Why
to
didn't
like
we really
plan
think
that.
about that. For right
It's
now.
okay.
Yeah. Just me and ya. Just me and ya.
I know. I keep thinking like, well, he got engaged too, but I think it's just because it was such a shock to me. It was like, not to make this completely about me.
Yeah.
Just in case
Fiona. Oh, bitch.
anybody
stretch.
needed a extra look. Oh, I love you so much.
No, I love you so much.
I feel like if I close this out in prayer, I'm gonna sob too much.
Okay.
Will you do it today?
I'll do it today.
Love you.
Love you more. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for breathing air into our lungs this morning. Thank you for orchestrating Gage's and Kaylee's paths crossing. God, you've always had a plan. Your plan has always been greater. It always will be. And we trust you wholeheartedly, Father. I just want to lift them up, their future, their marriage, their relationship, their covenant with you, Father. I know that you are in the center. You have placed yourself there, and you will stay there, God. Thank you so much for such a wonderful weekend, for truly giving me peace. You know how I was feeling the past couple months with all of this, and I woke up Friday morning, I prayed, and I felt covered in your grace, God. Thank you so much for calling me yours, calling us yours. We love you. Thank you for getting us home safely from the trip. We praise you. We praise you in the storm. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I'm definitely glad you prayed.
I love you. Hi.
Hi, Paris.
Hi, Hilton. That's something we do. We call each other Paris Hilton like quite literally all the time. I don't
Paris, strike a pose. Give me a look this way.
I called up this morning. I said, Paris. And she said,
Hilton.
I said, Fiancé.
It's just too bad.
No, literally. Okay.
One more thing before I go.
Yeah, of course.
Excusez-moi, fiancé. Excusez-moi. Croissant. Fiancé. Excusez-moi.
I love you.
Fiancé.
I
Y'all.
love you. Y'all, this has been real fun.
This has been real fun and real lengthy, girl. I need to go rest my voice. I need to
know,
drink a
that's
little
right.
honey lavender, a little honey lemon water, hot water.
I have some tea for us, sweet baby.
Perfect. My cheeks are
Okay.
wet.
Here's
Today
the greatest
is
news.
no different than other days, y'all.
We love ya, and Jesus saves ya.
Bye.